Hey Weekly Walk viewers, happy Wednesday. It is a big day for the Weekly Walks. Not only is it my last one in Florida before I continue my snowbird journey back up to Cape Cod for the summer, but it's also the third birthday of my Weekly Walks today. So as of today, they have been going on for 3 years, and it seemed really fitting to celebrate my third birthday to sit down with Joff Redfern, who is currently VP of Product at Atlassian, but prior to that was VP of Product at LinkedIn and really helped build the LinkedIn that we all know and love today and where the Weekly Walks live. So he seemed like a really fun person to get to talk to and celebrate with. And we chat about his product tips for what makes a great product leader, hiring a great product leader, how to structure a large team to make decisions quick, and most importantly, who would play him in the Atlassian, LinkedIn, Yahoo movie of his life. So check out this Weekly Walk. Next time I see you, I'll probably be on Cape Cod. And thanks for keeping the Weekly Walks going. I can't wait to see what year 3 brings. We'll see y'all soon. Bye, guys. Joff
Yeah.
Redfern, VP of Product at Atlassian. Hello there.
Hello, Casey. How are you?
I'm well. How are you? Where are your
I'm doing
dogs? The dogs are
fantastic.
just here.
I
Your background
know.
props.
Thor will be back. We
Okay,
have
perfect.
a number. We have 3 dogs, 3 cats, and 3 chickens.
Oh,
So
okay.
hopefully the chickens won't show up, but
I was gonna
you
say.
could see any other pet just
All right,
walk
well,
through that door at any moment.
all right. Well,
Which
very
would be
exciting.
exciting because your background, you have a lot of action going on that
There is a
college
lot of that.
campus.
Well, I gotta
Yeah.
pay homage to the Weekly Walks when I was actually walking, since this video marks the third birthday of the Weekly Walks.
Wow.
So
Well,
yeah,
congratulations. Third
thank
birthday.
you.
You're
Third birthday.
crushing it.
Yeah, well, and I feel
Absolutely
like
crushing
I'm sitting in the presence of celebrity, since you were so instrumental in building LinkedIn, where these stemmed from.
I
So
thought
it's
you
kind
were
of the
gonna, I
perfect.
thought you were saying you're like there's some celebrity on campus. I'm like,
No,
who is there?
you are the. I am in the presence of celebrity with you. A
Awesome.
LinkedIn,
Awesome.
you too are a LinkedIn celebrity,
Yes.
quite literally. I feel like without LinkedIn would not be what it was, what it is today without you. So kind of on that note, you've led in very product orgs at very impressive companies over the years. Yahoo back in its heyday,
Mhm.
LinkedIn, where you were responsible for the mobile app through the hypergrowth phase, and then the flagship product, and now at Atlassian, which certainly
Yeah.
everybody knows and loves, and I feel like aspires to be. So with all of that experience and being, this phenomenal product leader, what's the one product thing that you get asked about the most, or you find yourself talking about the most?
Oh, I am, probably the a question that I get a lot from product people
Yeah.
is what makes the top 1% of product leaders. So they're especially because we run a fantastic associate product management program, super
Okay.
selective, hard to get in.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of new talent that's coming into the organization because we're hyperscaling Atlassian. So that usually is one of the first questions that the APM cohorts will ask, like, okay, if you think about the top 1% of all product leaders,
Leaders.
like
What do
what
they
do
have?
they do? What are the traits? What are the skills?
This
Because they want
one.
to, they just have like
They
such a thirst and hunger
want
to
be
become
that
great at the
person.
craft. And, it's really interesting question. I asked this question when I was at LinkedIn and we were still, maybe there were 70, 75 product leaders at LinkedIn. I put out a survey and I said, what are the top 3 traits of the top 1% of all product leaders? And it was fascinating because the number 1 response by far,
Yeah.
bigger than any other trait, was communicator. And
Interesting.
it actually makes a ton of sense because a product leader, you have what I would call unity of effort versus
Yeah.
unity of command. And
Yeah.
that's not my concept. I learned it from someone else. But a unity of effort is people don't report to you. And a
Okay.
unity of command is like the military, like everyone reports to you and therefore you just tell them what to do. So
Yeah.
as a product leader, you have to be an extraordinary communicator. Yeah.
How do you kind of on that communication train, and this might be a part of it, but how do you structure a large team? And certainly you've been the leader of very large teams so that decisions can be made quickly.
Mm. Uh, Well, first of all, I always have this principle of organizational structure follows strategy. So you have to figure out what your strategy is, and then you can optimize the structure of your organization. And then after that, what I'm looking for is just pushing a lot of autonomy to the team. So I'm trying to make sure that we're loosely coupled but tightly aligned. So I want them to have independence and autonomy. And from there, it's mostly just about making sure that they have enough of a vision or a mission. I want each of my leaders to feel like they're running a startup, and then they ladder up to the bigger startup of Atlassian. So those are some of the basic principles. I mean, I could go on and on about that.
I know
at the high level, that's generally a few of the things that I'm looking for.
That'll be Weekly Walk take 2 when we can actually walk
exactly.
in person together. We got to save something for the next time.
Yeah, so I fully expect this to be, a full series.
This is with Joff Redfern. I think loosely coupled, tightly designed could be the name of like your memoir if you were ever going to write a book on product.
Yeah.
I think you've just found your title for it.
Yeah.
So
it's funny because I have this I've been taking notes since I was at LinkedIn. I've been writing down learnings, and I've been calling it the Little Blue Book. So I now have over 200 different learnings from both LinkedIn and Atlassian. And I called it the Blue Book because the logos of LinkedIn and Atlassian are blue. So I'm like, oh yeah, and it's a play, since you're on a college campus, of, remember when you were in school and they hand you the little blue book and they're like, okay, this is your English test, and here's your composition little pamphlet notebook thing, and you'd fill it out.
That's well, I think I think people would buy that book. So next adventure.
Oh no, I wouldn't sell it. I'd give it away for free.
Oh wow, even better. Perfect. I'd like the byline if it becomes a book. Okay, and my last question, actually I have 2 questions. One, you describe yourself as a tall product nerd. How tall are you? Like, how tall is tall to you?
Do I have to like stand up and prove it?
We're gonna believe you. We'll wait for the weekly walk. We'll measure you on the real weekly walk.
I'm shrinking. My doctor tells me. So I was 6'4", but I think I'm coming in at about 6'3" now.
That's pretty tall. I'm gonna give you that. All right, 6'4". Okay, and then who would play you in the LinkedIn /Atlassian /Yahoo Joff Redfern movie?
In a movie? So which actor would play me?
Yeah, who would play you? Like if you could pick anyone.
Wow. I would want Tom Hanks to play me.
Okay. I like classic.
Yeah, like Tom Hanks is like really good at his craft. Like this is what I aspire to be. So I'm not saying I've reached these levels, but he's won a couple Oscars. Mm-hmm. I don't think he's ever played a villain.
No.
And he's super likable dude. Remember when he got COVID, he and his wife, and they were in Australia? Like the whole world was like, oh man, Tom Hanks has COVID.
I know.
They were just like that's
rallied
terrible.
Around him. I know.
Yeah. So I would go. Tom Hanks in Forrest Gump is just he's so extraordinary in that.
Is. Yeah. Okay. If there was an Oscars for a product leaders, I think you would win. So.
Well, thank you.
We'll see if your colleagues think that. I'll ask them that next. But
no, don't ask them that. I'd rather.
Steve
I'd rather continue the day thinking that you think.
I think
I could win the Oscars of product management.
I think you definitely could. I'll present that to you next time I see you. Okay, the dog's never made an appearance, which is a bummer. But that's all right. Thank you for joining me on our weekly sit.
Yeah.
You pointed out it's not really a weekly walk. And weekly walk viewers, we'll see y'all soon. Bye, guys.
Okay. See ya. Bye.